because right now you are giving me the most amount of BS. And I'm trying to be as forthcoming and kind with you, because right now this is probably one of the worst stories I've ever heard.
It was just 4,000.
4,000 of the 15.
Right.
You're not working for anybody?
No, you're not.
Hello. How are you?
Hi.
What's going on?
I was brought this check and then I don't know what's going on. I don't know, I just came here just to cash it, so I'm not really understanding what's really...
Now, you told me that you met somebody to pick up this check.
No, I had somebody go and pick it up and go and get the check. I don't know, what's going on.
Okay. She has taken this check to several of our other branches and gotten cash for this check. Mm-hmm. And so we were notified that she was going in the area cashing this check. So when she came in, we called you guys because the bank advised us to call you guys that she's gotten money for this check several times already.
I'll talk to you out here real quick. You're detained right now, so you can't leave, you understand?
On a Wednesday afternoon, officers responded to a bank after staff flagged a woman attempting to cash a fraudulent check. The subject had already successfully presented the same instrument at 3 prior branches of the same institution that same day. Bank United had confirmed the check and the underlying account were not legitimate. Officers now possessed probable cause before making any contact. The officer's first legally significant act came within the opening minute of the encounter. He told the subject, quote, "You are detained right now, so you cannot leave." That single statement triggered 2 constitutional provisions simultaneously. Under the Fourth Amendment, a seizure occurred the moment a reasonable person would not feel free to walk away. Under the Fifth Amendment, the Supreme Court established in Berkemer v. McCarty that once custody exists and interrogation begins, Miranda warnings are required. Miranda v. Arizona holds that law enforcement must advise a suspect of the right to remain silent, the right to counsel, and that any statement may be used against them. The footage contains no audible Miranda advisement at any point prior to the extended interview. Every admission that followed is potentially subject to a suppression motion.
I'll talk to you out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
For what they are.
I have another officer here too, so he'll be coming in here.
All right, cool.
He'll stand with her for a moment.
Okay.
Hey, bud. You just hang out with her for a second. I'm gonna talk to her. Okay.
I had just went and picked up a check, and I didn't know if the check is bad or anything. I didn't know. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know. I work and stuff, so I didn't know. I don't know what's going on. So
Okay.
I've been in trouble before. I never been in jail.
She came and opened an account with us probably about a month or so ago. Mm-hmm. And then we actually just got an email because when people go around cashing checks, the bank sends out emails. Mm-hmm. So we get an email about her, be on the lookout for her because she just went to a branch and cashed this check against the account.
Is it the same exact check, or is this a different number?
Yeah, they haven't been able to email me anything yet. Literally, my team told me she was here and I got on the phone with you guys. Mm-hmm. So I know she's gotten cash for checks of this same amount at 3 other branches so far today. I can collect all the information and give that to you.
And have those checks bounced, or?
Not yet. But one of the branches that she went to, they called Bank United and confirmed that that's not a legitimate check or account. Okay. So we were advised to call you guys.
Okay.
Because we haven't cashed it yet, obviously, but...
Right. And what'd she say?
So what she just told me was that a good friend of hers, told her about a job, and that she got this job with this company, hadn't worked there for 30 days. And I said, so how did you apply for this job? Well, my friend told me about it. And I was like, right, your friend told you about it, but you still have to apply and get the job. So how did you do that? Then she starts talking to me about a food place across the street that she wants to go to. So I'm like, just buying time while you guys get here, basically.
Okay. You don't have the ID on them, do you?
I do. I can give it to you.
Is it in the office?
It's in that, yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
And I was at the bank and I was trying to cash the check, and I guess, I don't know, she was saying that other banks came and notified her that I came and cashed checks and they called the police on me. I don't know.
And she's tried to cash a check like this?
Yes.
How many other ones?
I believe it was Silas. Do you have the email up to see? Because I know she was at McDill, I know she was at Rivergate, and I know she went to Bel Air because Bel Air is who emailed us.
Yeah, I didn't see the email.
McDill, Bel Air, and which other one?
Rivergate.
Rivergate. Can you get a picture of those other ones? See if it's like the same check also.
Yep.
If they just made the same one over and over again. I'll go talk to her.
Okay. Can we pull her out of there so I can do it? Are we gonna do that?
Yeah, that's fine. I can take
These
her
other
here.
officers are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. That's fine. Which one do you want me to use? Okay. You bring her in here. The allegation against you is that this is a fraudulent check. Hold on. And that you've been cashing fraudulent checks around town. So, I like to start off any kind of interview or anything like that with just letting you know that I'm not going to ploy to try and trick you or anything like that. I'm going to be honest with you about everything, and that means you need to be honest with me about everything, right? Because right now it's not looking very good for you. So I think telling the truth on everything would be a good start. Because right now it seems like you haven't been truthful with the banks. Okay. Your first name's Asia? Last name Ballinger? He has your information, so I don't need to get that again. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
I went and picked up those checks, and I was told that I was able to go and deposit them. Well, not deposit them, but go get money for them. That was all that I was told. I don't know the person who went and got the checks. I just know that they told them, hey, she can go and get money out of those, out of her account. Because I do have money inside of my account. I've never been in trouble before. I've never had any problems with the law. I don't want any problems with the law.
So, when you're saying this out loud, does this make sense to you? When you're saying,
No.
You're telling me that you've taken 3 different checks, now this one being the 4th, of a sum $3,785 that were just handed to you by a person you don't know.
Right. And I should have...
Hold on. Who is the person that gave you the checks?
I don't even know who they are.
Well, where did you get the checks from?
I don't know where they got the checks from.
No, where did you get the checks from?
Oh, I met up with a person, and
Who is that person?
I don't know. They just said their name was Joe.
Joe. So just a person named Joe gave you 4 checks. Were they all for $3,785?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they were all for $3,785. And what did Joe tell you to do with the checks?
They just told me to go to banks and cash them out and get money. And I was just like, well, I've never done nothing like that before. I work.
Okay, how did you get into contact with Joe?
Through a third party. So
Who's the third party?
just some girl who I had met at a club.
What club?
At Turbo. It's probably closed down now.
Where's Turbo at?
Over there, over there by the Wawa's on 54th. It used to be called Turbo Lounge or something like that.
How long ago was that?
This was probably a couple of weeks ago.
Why would it be closed down by now?
I don't know. I don't think nobody really go there no more. I don't really see the city talking about it. I don't know if they close it down due to
Who was the girl you met?
just some. She didn't even give me her. She said her name was Brittany. She said
Her name was what?
Brittany.
Brittany?
She said her name was Brittany. She was just cause she was I just met her on some drunk night, and she was just like, hey, she was like, your name Asian? And I was like, yeah, what's up? And she was like, well, I know this guy, and he was saying that he can get you some money. And I was like, well, I don't need any money, I'm decent with
This is Bel Air. This is what she did at Rivergate. I'm waiting on McDowell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I was just like, well, I'm pretty good on that. And she was like, well, no, girl. She was just like, I think, you should go and do something with him. And I was like, well, I don't really do people like that, so I'm not really sure. So that was when she was just like, well, he does, like, I guess, she didn't really say he do like bank fraud, but she was just like, he just helped people get money. And, I had just had surgery on my cyst and stuff like that. So, I hadn't worked in probably like in a couple of months. I was doing Uber Eats and stuff. I've had 2 car accidents, where somebody has hit me and stuff like that. And I was like, I really needed, some money, because it's been kind of hard not working, not having no money and stuff like that. And so, I took her for her word for it, and I thought that, she was somebody who I could trust, even though I was drunk and I shouldn't trust somebody who I just met. And so I didn't go and meet with him to get the check. Somebody else had did, and they had just dropped them off. And that was when I just went.
Drop them off where?
Just at a really, they didn't tell me where. I don't know where they dropped them off at. They just dropped them off. And they just told me to come there where there's like no cameras or anything like that. So
Where did you get the checks?
I went so I'm not really good with like locations and stuff like that. I just went and picked them up just at a random place. Like they left them by like a dumpster. So I had went and just went.
Dumpster where?
I want to say, I'm not really good with like streets and stuff like that. Like I'm really scared. Like I ain't trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to.
So let me run things back by you. It's not looking good.
I understand.
No, it's not looking good,
I've never been
and
in trouble before. I've never
hold
been in
on.
trouble.
Let me finish. It's not looking good because right now I don't really believe anything you're saying. You're saying that here's 2 copies of ones from other banks. There's this one here. You went to, and this is now the 4th bank, to cash checks worth a lot of money, $3,785. That's a good amount of money, especially if it's over $10,000. So you went to cash these checks that were given to you. At first you said by Joe. You don't know who Joe is.
No.
Okay, but they were given to you.
Never give you
Let me just finish because I'm kind of just painting a picture for you on what you're telling me, on the lies you're telling me right now. You're saying that Joe gave you the checks in the very beginning. You don't know who Joe is. Okay, you met Joe through a third party, which is a girl at a club called Turbo, which you're assuming is closed now. For some reason, you're assuming that, and her name was Brittany. Okay, and then now you're saying that actually somebody else got the checks from Joe and just left them by a dumpster that you just magically don't remember where the dumpster is.
Well, I'm really not good with like streets.
How about your phone? Do you have any information? Show it to me while you're doing it. Do you have any information? Text messages from this Joe, text messages from this girl Brittany, anything?
No, I don't have no messages.
You don't have anything, a location?
No.
So how did you have contact with these people?
I never really spoke to these people.
Then how did you know where the checks were?
Because they told Brittany, and Brittany was the one who was like, me and Brittany never talked on the phone. I always just met up with her.
How did you know where the checks were?
Because she told me where they were.
While you were drunk at the club?
Yes.
So just a couple weeks ago?
Right.
You're like, oh, hey, by the way, there's some checks by a dumpster.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's restart this whole interview here. Let's just restart because right now you are giving me the most amount of BS. And I'm trying to be as forthcoming and kind with you because right now this is probably one of the worst stories I've ever heard. Okay? Do you understand? Like, let's restart. All right, and let's now tell the truth, because I think telling the truth will go a long way when it's on paper and on video. Because it's not adding up, and you know it's not adding up. All right. I mean, it was a valiant attempt at trying to tell me some story about Joe and Brittany and stuff like that, and it's not my first rodeo. Okay. So let's start with, did you know those are fraudulent?
No.
Come on.
Now that, no, honestly.
There's 4 checks for $3,785.
Because they looked it real to me. I mean, I see people with checks like that all the time. So I really thought that they were real. Like, if I'm being honest, now that I did.
$3,785, and you got 4 of them.
Right.
Even if your best friend came up to you and said, hey, look at these checks. Look, they're $3,785. You know what? I'm just going to make them out to you. Go cash the checks for me and get me the cash.
And that don't make sense then.
Get me the cash.
That don't make
and
sense.
now you're saying Joe and Brittany and...
No, but then that's not making sense. Because then, like, I'm kind of like, are they real?
Not to mention, you know, the bank manager told me that you were telling her it was about some job. Come on. You are literally digging yourself a bigger hole right now than just being honest with me. Is the person out there in the car waiting for you? Who's out there waiting for you? I mean, the look on your face is saying it all right now.
That's the dude.
Who's the dude?
I don't know his real name, but he go by Dread. I don't know his real government name. Like, that's the honest truth. I don't know his real name.
Who is Dre?
Dread, just D-R-E-A-D.
Dread, like
Yes,
dreadlocks.
Dread. I don't know his real government
Hey, John.
name.
Yeah.
Is that car still out there?
No, it left.
Okay.
Is that,
They left you. Okay.
was it a white Expedition?
The Expedition out there, which one? Which one was it? There
It
was like a
was
couple
a
out there.
gray Kia.
Gray Kia?
Yeah.
Gray Kia.
Can you go check
Yeah, we'll go for it.
cameras?
Is it a car or an SUV?
It's a car.
It's a car. What kind of car?
It's a Kia Forte.
Kia Forte.
Okay. Here's the third check. Stay off your phone for me.
Okay.
Thank you. Now we're getting a little bit more truthful. Who's Dread?
Don't know him. Don't know his real name. I honestly don't really know his real name. It's just somebody who I met through a person. And
Who's the person?
my friend.
Who's your friend?
My friend Aaliyah.
How do you spell Aaliyah?
A-A-L-I.
A-A-L-I.
I think it's she, like Aaliyah, like how the singer Aaliyah. I think that's what she-
Y-A-H.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
So A-A-L-Y-A-H? Okay. So you met Dread through Aaliyah. And continue. Stop giving me the, I met him through this, like a person. Just
Right.
tell
So
me
I
their
met,
name because I'm
I
going to ask
met him.
anyways.
I met him through Aaliyah. I don't know how she met him or anything like that. I'm not
Okay.
really sure. I just met him through her, and I was told to open up an account.
Which you opened on, what, July 31st? Something like that?
July 3rd.
Yeah.
July 3rd or July 31st?
July 3rd.
And I had put money on my account, which there's money on there. And that was really it. I mean, there was money put on the account.
There's money put on the account. That's not really it, because now we have four
Now,
checks
as
here.
far as like where he got the checks from, I don't know. I don't know nothing about where he got the checks from.
And what did he say to you? What did Dredd say to you?
He just told me, hey, you know, we're gonna go to some banks and I need you to cash these checks and get money. That was it. He didn't say what it was for.
You weren't like, why?
I did ask him. He said that it was for like his daughter or whatever the case may be. He does have a child. I'm not really sure, like, as far as like where he.
No. Okay. Can you see if they have video cameras for me? Thank you.
As far as like where he's gotten the checks from, not that I don't know. I don't write checks. I don't know nothing about no checks. I don't know how they get them or anything like that.
You know how to get them because there's 4 right here.
No, but I'm saying I don't know, but he gave them to me. I don't know like who he went to go and get them. I don't know.
Yeah, if you can just take one of them with
So
you.
I'm not really.
Yeah, I'll just leave that. I'll go talk to Casper.
Thank you.
Corporate has access.
Oh, okay. I don't want the door all the way closed.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Now that's the truth. I don't know Dredd's real government name.
hey, leave this open just a little bit, okay?
He never told me his real name.
So a guy named Dredd,
Correct.
that you met through Aaliyah,
Yes.
gave you over what, $14,000. Like, hey, cash these checks for me, and you thought that was a good idea, and there wasn't anything suspicious about that. Coming from a Cass Remodeling. Who's Cass Remodeling?
See, I ain't even look at him.
Do you not know how checks work?
No, cause see, I never wrote out a check before. I don't write around. I have a bank through Grow Financial, so I don't do checks.
And for severance payment?
No, I never knew what that is.
Is that not your handwriting?
No,
Whose handwriting is that?
don't know. When he brought them, they were already.
What does
written.
Dredd look like?
He has dreads. He looked kind of young, maybe probably about 23, 22, I would say. He got like tattoos.
What kind of tattoos?
I don't know, he got them like on his arm.
Which arm?
I would say maybe like his right. I don't know if he got any on his left arm. I ain't never really looked.
Are you asking me or are you telling me?
No, I'm saying I don't know if he might have some. Most guys do have tattoos.
So you don't know if he
But
has
I
tattoos
don't know if he
outside?
has tattoo on his left arm. I know he has
Has them on his right arm.
Mm-hmm.
What are the tattoos of?
I didn't his tattoo because I don't.
Okay. Any other kind of tattoos? How tall is he?
I would say probably about 5'6", 5'7".
Okay. How much does he weigh?
He kind of slim, so I would say maybe 160, maybe 180. Guys are a little bit. He has a little bit more muscles, so
Sure.
I don't know like his exact weight, but if I'm guessing, it would be like 160.
How did you get into contact with Dredd today? Do you have his phone number?
I do.
Okay. Let me see what you're doing on your phone while you're doing it. Just, yep. Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Are you in a relationship with this person?
No. No. I have a boyfriend.
Ooh, Aaliyah's calling. I'll leave it. You guys aren't in any kind of like relationship or sexual relationship or anything?
No. Hell no. Got my own boyfriend. No.
I mean, yeah, I don't care either way.
No, I'm just being honest with you. Like, no, that ain't my man. We done nothing sexual going on.
Okay.
Nothing like that, no. That's my friend Aaliyah's peoples. I don't know him from Adam to Eve. So, she knows him better than I do. I don't really know him like that, so sure.
Yeah.
You're not texting on your watch, are you?
No.
Okay. Alright.
So you can see there's no type of relationship, but alright, so let's just assume
That you're telling me halfway the truth.
No, I'm
that you don't.
telling
Hold on, let me just finish. Okay. I don't think you're no mastermind behind all of these checks, but come on. I mean, I know dang for sure that you know these checks aren't real. So why don't you give me everything on these other people?
I don't know them people.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, you've been texting this dude for a while now. I mean, come on. I'm at July 11th.
Yeah.
I'm still going. You know, yo, Jay, this is good. I'm good. Okay, I'm finna come out. I mean, blah 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 blah.
Right.
And now you guys are just talking, and still talking about money and checks and yada yada yada. I mean, clearly this is an ongoing thing. I mean, come on. Any sane person. Any normal person ain't gonna look at this and be like, "Oh yeah, she didn't know." And I think now that you're thinking about it, you're like, "Dang, he right." Like no sane person is gonna be like, I put you in front of like a jury, saying that this is all just like. I mean, they're gonna be like, "Dang, 15 grand." And she don't know the person, and they're just telling you. Well, I'm saying you might not really know him like that, right? Okay, but ain't no person taking $15,000 from a person they don't know and then going around depositing checks. Okay, so why don't you start telling me more things about this situation? So if you're not the one that is clearly,
That ain't even my hand. I could show you my handwriting.
you clearly ain't the one that is running the show. Obviously, but you are doing stuff for them, and it's very obvious. You know it, I know it.
This is my first time.
Right, but obviously, how much money?
This is something that
How much
they
money did
do.
they say they would give you if you cash these checks for them? Let's start there. Don't reach for the skies. Okay, just tell me how much money.
It was just 4,000.
4,000 of the 15.
Right, because
Okay.
he gotta pay whoever makes the checks, and I don't know.
That's what he said.
Yes, and I don't know who makes them. Like I don't know. I don't know who makes the checks. I don't know who.
The officer's interview methodology is strong. He allowed the subject to establish her fabricated narrative without interruption, a deliberate technique that creates a documented baseline of deception on the record. 3 mutually contradictory versions emerged within the same interview: checks handed directly by Joe, then left by an unknown courier, then retrieved from a dumpster at an unspecified location. The officer then formally restarted the interview, creating a clear demarcation on the recording between fabricated statements and any subsequent truthful disclosures. This is tactically and legally sound. The subject's admissions in the second phase carry significant prosecutorial weight. She identified the scheme's organizer by street name, confirmed she was directed to cash checks across multiple banks, and admitted to a promised payment of $4,000 from the $15,000 total. That payment structure establishes mens rea, the mental element required for conviction. It directly refutes any good faith defense and demonstrates both knowledge and conscious participation in the fraud. Text messages recovered from the subject's phone, reviewed with her consent, showed ongoing communication about money and check activity dating back weeks prior to the arrest, directly contradicting her claim that this was a first-time event. Under the Federal Rules of Evidence, Rule 404B, evidence of prior similar acts is admissible to demonstrate knowledge, intent, plan, and absence of mistake. Prosecutors will use those messages aggressively. One recurring legal concern throughout the interview is the officer's repeated use of the phrase, quote, "You help us, we help you." Under the due process, voluntariness standard established in Colorado versus Connolly, a confession may be challenged if it was obtained by promises that overbear the suspect's rational decision-making. The statements here do not rise to outright coercion. but they create a viable suppression argument that defense counsel is unlikely to ignore. Any implied promise of leniency weakens the government's position at a motion hearing.
Do you know how often he does this? Did he ever boast? Did he ever go, oh yeah, I'd be making 50 G's a month?
They do it a lot, from my understanding.
How much is a lot, would you say?
I mean, I would say maybe like a lot. As if like how you get up and you clock in and go to work every day. This is like their job. This is like a person, like if you was getting up, clocking in, going to work, and you doing this for...
He got socials? He got Insta?
Nah,
He
no.
got Facebook?
I don't got him on social media. No, I'm pretty sure he do, but I don't have him on social media. I do have a Leo on Facebook.
Okay. Can you pull her Facebook up?
But I'm pretty sure his Facebook name ain't even Drag.
That guy right there.
Is that? I think.
The guy with all the money, the racks.
That look like him, yeah.
ATM Dread.
Yeah, see, I ain't got him. You see, we ain't friends. We ain't friends. I ain't never had him on social media or anything, so.
Appreciate you working with me. John. Oh. You got your work phone by chance? I don't have it on me. Can you do that for me? Or if you, yeah, just wait for John. If he's got his.
Okay.
Do you have any of the ECU numbers? Any of those guys?
Alright.
See, what's up there? Madison's number on my work phone.
Hey, can you come here and take a picture of that? Of what? That. What is it? That is the guy. These were the checks. And sit with her. Anybody can footage right now. Alright, this is your pretty much like your one chance right now. If I can get a detective down here, would you talk to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't go to jail. I got too much to lose. I'm in school for my medical assistant. I got way too much to lose. I ain't never been in trouble before.
Okay. So, since you're telling me the truth and being honest as much as you have been, we are going to go to the station. We're going to talk to detectives, okay? And pretty much everything that you told me, truthfully tell them, because they can help you out, whereas right now, you could just possibly go to jail. And it's a felony. So, you know, you help us out, we help you out, essentially. Make sense? So we're gonna go to the station, we're gonna talk to detectives, and then detectives can go from there, what they want to do, whether they get information from you about the other people. Make sense? Sound good? Okay. Can't take your purse in the back of the car with you though. Can you take your watch off and put it in the purse?
Just turn it off.
Sure. And then detectives will tell you what to tell other people, yada, yada, yada.
So you're not gonna
I'll take
take...
first, yeah. Before we go out there, if you have anything in your pockets, just flip your pockets inside out. Okay. You get this contraption open. Tell I don't have much experience with purses. Anything else? And flip your pockets inside out. Okay. And the pants ones, you flip them inside out. Okay. Alright, turn around for me. I'm just going to take the small in my hand and just run it across your back, okay? Alright, we're good. What we're going to do is I am going to take you out in handcuffs, Okay, so it doesn't look like you're just cooperating with us. That makes sense. And then I'll drive you to the station. Okay? Put your hands behind your back, palms together. Palms together. Palms together.
Like, what do you
Like this, like you're praying.
like?
There you go.
There you go. Be more comfortable. There, just release a little bit. There you go.
Okay.
Don't move because it'll get tighter if you move. There, a little bit out more. There you go. Keep your palms together because it'll be more comfortable that way. All right, follow me. You got this stuff.
Yep.
You just throw the phone in the purse.
Yep.
Let's examine the constitutional framework. The primary officer receives a B+. His interview technique demonstrates genuine skill, patience, logical pressure, and strong investigative coordination with the second officer and bank management. The handcuffing procedure was calm, instructional, and professional throughout. The grade cannot go higher because the footage documents no Miranda advisement prior to a custodial interrogation that produced the state's most critical evidence. That omission is not procedural, it is constitutional. Asia Ballinger receives a C. She entered this encounter with significant legal exposure and compounded it by choosing to fabricate a narrative rather than invoking her Fifth Amendment right to remain silent or requesting counsel. Her partial cooperation in the second phase of the interview, providing a physical description of the organizer, disclosing his phone number, and consenting to phone review, represents her strongest mitigating factor and is likely to be raised at sentencing. However, her admissions regarding the payment structure and her awareness of the scheme are now part of a recorded, documented interview. She provided prosecutors with the most difficult element to prove independently intent. 3 lessons emerge from this encounter. First, document the Miranda advisement. No matter how strong the evidence, the failure to create a clear, time-stamped record of rights advisement creates unnecessary appellate risk on every subsequent admission. Second, cooperation for leniency language should be avoided during interrogation. Officers may accurately describe the prosecutorial process, but implied promises belong in a formal plea negotiation, not an unrecorded bank office. Third, any person in a custodial situation should understand that the right to remain silent exists precisely for encounters like this one. No statement given without counsel can be taken back. Silence cannot be used as evidence of guilt. Asia Ballinger was charged with uttering forged checks. Court disposition is unknown at the time of this analysis. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on police court interactions.